Hi, CistReactZ. How you doing? Did you know that 70% of you guys are not subscribed? Also, did you know that I am living in those 70%'s walls right now? And if you want me to stop, you'll hit that subscribe button? What is up, you awesome kisters? It is CistReactZ, guys. Today we're reacting to Game Theory. Don't listen to her, Amanda the Adventurous. And make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to the Game Theorist, and comment down below. Let's get into this bot.
Hey there, friend. Welcome back to the neighborhood. Today we're going
I like how he
on
made
an
his own
adventure.
Amanda the
But
Adventurer
first,
animation.
We'll need supplies. Let's go to the store. Can you click on the
The
equipment
effort
store?
for this is amazing.
That's right. We need to go to the sporting goods store. Today we're going
Gosh.
on a hunting adventure, so we're gonna need to protect ourselves. What weapon should we bring? I think we'll need
Knife?
something a bit bigger than that. That's better. Look at that.
Gosh.
We're ready to hunt. Where should we hide? To craft.
I mean, if you got the crossbow, you could snipe
can
under the
hide back
bed.
there.
Hit him in the leg.
I'm waiting for you
Oh,
in
God.
the closet. Sweet dreams. Hello, Internet. Welcome to Game Theory.
Oh,
the
they need to
show
make a
that
Matpat
regrets
Amanda the
things it
Adventurer
had to do
fan
to make
game.
This video.
Tell me the lore and I won't.
I love you.
Oh
Give me another chance.
no! No!
Please do not forget me.
I'll never forget you, Blackbot!
Your sacrifice shall not be in vain, because today we're gonna figure out what's
Poor
going on
robot.
with the internet's own version of Dora the Explorer, Amanda the Adventurer. You might remember last year when we theorized about this
Oh
little
my
game.
gosh,
it was
that
developed
thumbnail
as
was
part of the
terrifying.
Game Jam, and as a result was simple in its
Found
approach.
footage
You
jam.
put different VHS tapes into VCRs, all acronyms that I'm sure you Zoomers understand. And we answered
Mm-hmm.
questions posed by the lead character Amanda. By feeding her the wrong answers, Amanda would get angrier and
Meat.
more chaotic, eventually losing control and becoming a monster.
She
The
just found
internet
human
fell
meat.
in love with this thing, and since then, it has gone through a major glow up. Gone is the tiny living room, gone is being stuck staring at a TV
Tiny
screen,
living room?
and gone are all the demonic drawings on the wall.
I wonder if we like step further back if we'll see. Oh, whoa! Oh,
They were
this
more
is
outright
so
about the demon
different.
stuff
They went
in the
hard on
old
this new
beta.
update. This is great.
Instead, the
You have to
full
find the demon
version
stuff
of the
in this
game
new
has
one.
us in an attic full of clever puzzles and old memorabilia that has a weird habit of appearing behind us when we finish a tape.
Whoa, hey, there's a cake.
But the best thing to come out as part of the full-length version
Why
of
is
the
that
game,
so high quality?
lore. Not only are there a bunch more tapes to watch through,
Like someone
there
took
are
an in-game
secret tapes
screenshot of
and
them inside the
multiple endings
VHS.
to find, and all of them paint a fascinating new story here. So, was my old theory right, or is there more hiding beneath the surface? Insert the tape, press play, and adjust your tracking, my friends. It's
So
time
let's
to
see
begin.
what
In this new
Matpat
update,
thinks
we
about
play
it.
as Riley, and that's about
So I
all
got a
we get
couple
to
of
know
lore
about that
points that I need to
character.
see
Well, that
if
and the fact that
I
they
got right
just
in my head.
inherited this house that we're standing in from their deceased aunt, Kate. However, Kate warns us that if we choose to investigate the
Like,
attic
all she
and
had
the
to do
tapes
is
that
just
lay
live in the
within,
house she
there's
got
no
from her
going
aunt.
back. Alongside
She did not
this
have to
note's a
watch the tape,
conspiracy
bro.
board full of post-its and newspaper
She really didn't.
clippings, which means that Kate and I, you could ship it. The main focus of the board at the beginning of the game is a letter from a woman named Joanne talking about her missing younger brother. The letter says that he used to watch the Amanda the Adventurer show a bunch as a kid, but would end up in a trance-like state. Eventually, he would disappear without a trace. Joanne then asks
Okay.
Kate to investigate.
That's strange.
Which seems like an odd request for your local librarian. Then again, if you look around the corkboard, you could start to see why Kate may have
Yeah,
been
like,
the
why
one
would you
picked for
ask
the
a
job.
librarian?
We
She
see
ain't a
that she was looking
Ghostbuster.
into the kids' school records, something a librarian might have access to. We also see a note that mentions dynakinesis, which is the supernatural ability to create and manipulate energy. She says that you would see sigils if
Dynakinesis?
such a transfer occurred, and right next to this note is a torn piece of paper with a bunch of sigils on them. These aren't just any symbols either, these are alchemical symbols that refer to specific elements. Back in the day, alchemists focused on the transmutation of base metals like lead into noble metals like gold. Clearly,
Okay.
Aunt Kate ain't your average
I
librarian.
almost did not
Too bad she's
understand
gone
that.
now, and it's up to us to figure out what's going on with this missing kid. Or
I'm too
should I
stupid
say
for that.
kids? Because it becomes very quickly apparent that this is not an isolated incident. The tape in the neighborhood shows outlines of kids on both sides of the street. Police
I was
chalk
wondering what
outlines
the hell
are
that
usually
was.
reserved for dead people lying on the pavement. If you manage to find the corrupted version of this exact tape, Amanda's sheep companion Wooly asks if the friends can come back to the neighborhood. Amanda, though,
Probably
she seems
never.
unfazed. Now, all of this alone doesn't prove that Amanda is somehow making a bunch of kids go missing, but I would tell you to pay close attention to the ending credits of that VHS tape. After most of the tapes that
Okay.
we play through, we're met with a credits sequence and ending sting for the company that made the show, Hamlin Entertainment. This is the production company that makes the Amanda the Adventurer
Oh, yeah, the
show.
evil
but their
company.
name and their mouse logo immediately reminded me of something.
Follow us to fun. So it's like a Pied Piper situation. Oh, Hamlin! Hamlin! And it's a mouse!
Yes?
If you, like Ash, don't know what's going on, this whole thing's one big reference to the story of
I love the
Pied
confused.
Piper.
Yeah.
Basically, this fairy tale is the story of the town of
I've heard of it,
Hamlin.
but I don't know what
There's
this
the name
mean-
right there.
what this
it's
is.
overrun by rats, and there's your logo. And so the town hires the Pied Piper
Ah.
to play his magic pipe to get rid of those rats. And he does exactly that. He plays a song that lures all the rats to him, where he then leads
Yeah, I think
them
I've
down
heard of
to
that.
the local river to drown themselves.
Not
However,
that
when the
part.
town of Hamlin
Not
doesn't
that
pay him
part.
for his services, he once again uses his pipe. But this time he plays a song that leads all the children out of town. He
Huh?
marches them all over to a local cave where they're never seen
Why?
again. This story seems to match the idea that
Bro,
the
couldn't it just
neighborhood
lived
is
as
now
the
missing all of
exterminator? Like, what
Lily's
the hell?
friends. Amanda is essentially our Pied Piper, and we actually see
The hell
this
is that
firsthand
children's
through one of the
story?
game's secret tapes that you can unlock. Instead of our usual CGI Amanda and Wooly adventure, we actually get ourselves a home videotape of a girl named Lauren on her birthday. She's sitting there
I remember
glaring
this
at the
clip.
TV, transfixed, much like we heard about in that note from Joanne at the beginning of the game. Her parents are trying to get her attention, telling her that they have her favorite ice cream ready, mint chocolate chip, which whose
Disgusting.
favorite flavor is mint chocolate chip.
Literally
It's good, don't
nobody's.
get me
If you
wrong,
like mint
but
chocolate
favorite
chip, what in the hell is
Flavor
wrong with
preferences
you?
aside, the parents go
Sounds
back up to try and
gross.
convince Lauren to come down the stairs, but suddenly she's left wide open. As they run out of the house to look for her, the last thing that we hear is Amanda from the TV saying, "I love mint chocolate chip." Somehow Amanda is able
Yeah,
to
that's
listen
so weird how
through
she
the
could hear
TV,
them.
and she's somehow lured Lauren, who's literally walked out the door and disappeared, just like the children of Hamlin. As you watch more of these secret tapes, we actually get to see a little bit more insight into Hamlin entertainment and the history of the show. In one of the tapes, we actually meet the creator of the series, Sam Colton, and we hear about how he started the show as a small live-action production after being inspired by his adopted daughter, Rebecca.
Did you even imagine that would be such a big sensation?
Honestly, Sadie, no. It was a total surprise. I mean, it's scrappy at best. You know how it is when you have a big idea and a little budget. But really, it's all Rebecca. As soon as I met my beautiful daughter, the inspiration was there. You know, she was so young when I adopted her. And despite what she's gone through, she's always seen the world with such kindness and joy.
You actually find a newspaper clipping on the conspiracy board in the attic during the time puzzle, which has an interview with Sam, where he says this, quote, "We may not have the budget for a big production, but I truly believe there is a soul that transcends that." Woo!
The wording
Keyword
with that.
alert. Keyword alert. Anytime an indie horror game mentions
I swear, the wording with that made my brain do exactly what Matpat just did there. Like, I was like, soul? So there is like a soul in the tape or something like that?
the word soul, you know that things are gonna end badly. And sadly, my suspicions were correct.
Okay, I seen Bendy. I seen FNAF. What the hell was that little apple right there?
Here. In the VHS tape, oh no, things are
What-
gonna
what
end
is that?
badly. And sadly, my suspicions were correct here. In the VHS
Is that a
tape,
Matpat
oh no
drawing?
accidents, there's a flash frame that reveals a credit for a
Chief
chief
neurosurgeon?
neurosurgical expert, which at first glance
What
would make
the-
you go, why does a kid's show need that? But Amanda eventually answers that exact question for us in the tape, Everything Rots.
Sometimes I feel myself rotting, but it feels far away.
If she can feel her own body rotting far away, that means that Amanda has a physical body outside of the show. And who else is that going to be but the girl that played Amanda in the original live-action production, Rebecca? I suspect that this chief neurosurgical
Colton.
expert has figured out a way to put her mind, her consciousness into the series, literally becoming the soul of the show. She still
What
does
the-
have some sort of link to her body, able to feel it rotting. But clearly, that's not supposed to exist, as the tape distorts anytime she thinks about
So it's
it.
not-
There is good news, though. Well, her body
Jeez, the alarm just went off while recording. So it's not possession. It's more of like, I don't know, like a mind transfer, I guess?
body may be rotting, clearly there's still a chance to save her. In the final tape, we see Amanda playing alone on a couch, drawing with crayons and asking if we can share secrets. If we say yes, the TV audio effects
God, that
disappear,
smile
and
is
clear as day,
terrifying,
she
bro.
tells us,
I'm out there. Somewhere.
Rebecca is alive. Sure, her body
Why did
might
the
slowly
audio
be
just, like, get
atrophied,
clear?
and her mind might be separated from her body, but there is still time to save her. That said, we're gonna have to face the evil that's up ahead if we hope to do it. What is that evil? Ask yourself this. Why would Sam, Rebecca's seemingly loving adopted father, do this to her? Was it just to make the show more popular? Did he need to gather more children to him like the Pied Piper? I know we talk a lot about awful father figures
William
across the various
Afton.
series that we cover on the show, but I was hoping that maybe, just maybe, this this one would be a little bit different. Thankfully, it is. The
FNAF has
indie
really
horror
left its
gods
scars
moved
on
my pee
that.
with this one because it turns out that Sam isn't
Speaking
the
of
one
FNAF,
at
there's
fault
Scott.
here. He is no longer the one steering the ship. Yes, Amanda the Adventurer was his live-action production, but he sold it to Hamlin Entertainment. Hamlin is a third party that actually bought out the rights to the show and turned it into an animated adventure.
Last
See,
year,
this is why you don't
Hamlin
trust
Entertainment
companies, bro.
purchased
You
rights
don't
to
trust
the
companies.
live-action program starring Colton's daughter
They'll put your
Rebecca.
child's
As
mind
budget
in a
and production
show.
value increased, Hamlin reimagined the show as an animated series, planning to syndicate the program nationally.
Bro
Well,
should
it
have made a
sounded like
YouTube
everything
channel.
that Sam wanted on paper. In practice, he started to feel more and more uncomfortable with how the production was being run. In the green tape, we actually listened to a recording session. There, we hear Rebecca saying a handful of what seemed like random phrases.
Rebecca, that was great. Let's move on to the next one.
Yeah, what is this about?
What is this? What is she reading?
I don't understand this clip.
Simple words. This script
Never
is
did when I watched it.
to train the technology's dynamic voice reaction.
Yeah, they say that, but like,
I want this to stop.
they say that, but like, what the heck is that?
For a few minutes.
The person directing claims that this is to
What
train
technology?
technology's dynamic voice reactions, which is plausible, I suppose, given the rise in AI voices that we see all over the internet. However, this series,
Oh,
Amanda the Adventurer, is
I
set in
see.
the early 2000s. Technology was not that advanced back then, so Sam is right to be suspicious of it all. And then Rebecca says this.
No,
I don't want to do that.
Rebecca, what's wrong? Who are you talking to?
The man in the headphones.
This ends the session, but listen again to those phrases that Rebecca was saying earlier.
Pie man.
At first, they seem to be phrases that could be used in pretty much any episode. Ba lamb for when they go to the farm, pie man for when they go to a bakery or bake some pies like they do in the first VHS tape. So what's the big deal here? Well, what if I told you that these phrases actually have a secondary meaning? All three of them, Bael, Pie Man, and Balam, are
Wait.
phonetic ways of pronouncing the names Bael, Paimon, and Balam. Three king demons from the Ars Goetia. Chanting the names of demons has always been part of summoning rituals, especially when
I was about to say, I've heard of Bael somewhere, but a demon? What the hell?
you're talking about
Say, yeah, this little girl chanted demon words.
these sorts of things in pop culture contexts, and that's exactly what Hamlin's trying to do here. Why
Demon
else would
words
there
or
be a
names? Well, what is
convenient
this?
Specialist that's listed in the credits of the initial Neighborhood video. After chanting the words, Rebecca hears the voice of a man in her headphones, one of these demon kings, all of whom are described as having a hoarse voice. While all of these demons are certainly different, they do share a couple of similarities. They all control large legions of lesser demons. They're all able to inform or give the gift of knowledge. But most importantly, they all require hosts to manifest. And usually this involves children, either as sacrifices or to physically be the host. That is what Hamlin are doing here. They needed Rebecca and the other children to become hosts and sacrifices in order to summon these demon kings and gain their knowledge and power.
Bruh,
These children
all
would
the
be
man
led
wanted to
the
do was make a
slaughter,
TV
which is why no
show.
matter what
Why
location
did it
you
have to
pick,
turn
it
into
always leads
this?
you back to the butcher. The eyes on those meat products aren't just a cute aesthetic choice, my
Yeah,
friends. Those are past victims.
Yeah.
Past children that have been led
I remember
to the
that.
chopping block. However, there was one thing that stood in Hamlin's way: Rebecca's father, Sam. I would suspect after this sort of incident, he wanted to pull Rebecca from the show, maybe even find a way to pull the rights entirely. And so, as most of these evil companies tend to do, they made him disappear.
It's been 3
What'd
weeks
they do, send
since
cultists
local
to his
television
house?
producer Sam Colton was reported missing, and authorities still have no leads.
Sam was so happy with the idea that his show could be a bigger success that much like the fox in the video Everything Rots, he wasn't killed by a knife, he wasn't killed by a gun, he was instead lured in by Hamlin using sweet berries. The sweet lies that would convince him that they would turn his show into something bigger. But instead, it was all a big trap. A trap created by the very people help him. And then with Sam out of the picture, Rebecca is all alone. They can get her to sign along the dotted line and do whatever they want with her, trapping her in the Hamlin facility, just like the lonely kitten
Man,
that
what an
Amanda
evil company,
so
bro.
desperately asks us to help.
Kitten is alone. There is no one to help her. Will you help the lonely kitten? Won't you help the lonely kitten? Won't you help the lonely kitten? Won't you help the lonely kitten?
However, unlike silly Mr. Fox, I
Yeah,
don't
that's
think
totally
that
not
this is the end for
terrifying.
Sam. I suspect that he's still around, keeping a close eye on things and trying to take him down from the inside. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that Sam is the real identity of Wooly. Wooly spends the entirety of the game trying to keep Amanda on track. When she begins to discuss topics that aren't appropriate for a kid's show, like death or
I always thought Sam was that guy in the raincoat on the true ending of the game.
rotting, Wooly is very quick to interject. He tries to get Amanda back on the good and wholesome path.
Men can die if they don't get enough light or water.
Didn't Wooly die? So, in a sense, she might have killed her dad.
Back to our nice picnic. Amanda,
If this is
nothing
true.
rotten here.
What do you think? Do you think that everything rots?
Of course not, Amanda.
I'm not asking you. Answer my question.
You don't have to answer that.
This strikes me not as the actions of a fellow child, but rather of a parent. We hear a story during one of the secret tapes about how after Sam's disappearance, the show begins to change, starts to talk about inappropriate subjects. This is not the show that Sam built, and he can see that. Wooly doesn't just play the killjoy either. He's also the one that tries to help Amanda by keeping her calm. When Amanda loses control, the monster comes out, and Wooly knows it. So when she starts to forget things or remember the bad stuff that's happened because of her, he desperately tries to make her happy.
I think Amanda is confused. Here's a secret. It's my birthday. Maybe we can help her out.
Sounds to me like the actions of a concerned father. He knows what Amanda is and what'll happen if the monster's let loose, so he steers Amanda and the player towards positive and happy subjects in order to keep that beast at bay. But the monster and Hamlin are fighting back. In their visit to the farm, Wooly is constantly being silenced. Amanda tells him that sheep don't talk.
all
and as
this
we
came
go
from a
through, he
TV
begins to
show,
bawl
bro. This is crazy.
uncontrollably until he becomes another mindless sheep like all the rest, finally falling in line with Hamlin's plan. It's actually pretty diabolical. You're wanting to turn Rebecca into Amanda, so why not test out that mind transfer ability on someone you don't mind accidentally killing if it goes wrong? Notice that it's only once Wooly becomes a true sheep that we see Amanda asking to help the poor and lonely kitten, the kitten that represents her. Now that Sam is gone, she's truly alone, asking for someone, anyone to help her.
It looks like this kitten is in big trouble. It might die before anyone can help it.
But hey, well, Riley really did luck out just being gifted a house by their aunt. Sadly, we're not all that lucky. We just can't wait around for a property with an attic this large to fall into our...
Like, honestly, if you really just think about it, this could have been none of Riley's business if she just took the house and said, cool, somewhere else to live. Like,
our laps. Fortunately, you can start saving up today to buy the house you're...
Alright, I think that's a sponsorship. Yep, I think that's the end of the game theory video. By the way, that's the link for the sponsorship because I skipped it. I always make it a rule to highlight it if I skip it. Yeah. So that was Game Theory's Amanda the Adventurer theory. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below.